welcome to the Marketing and Manifestation Podcast. I am your host, Shakira Park, and I am so excited to be sitting down with you today. I have wanted to start this podcast for literally years, and some things have come up. I've come up with a few excuses, but I'm drawing a line in the sand today, and I'm starting this podcast because I really believe in podcasting as a medium to connect with your dream clients. It's such a powerful way to nurture that relationship and build that know, like, and trust factors. And as marketers and as business owners, because business owners are marketers, right? Our job is to build the know, like, and trust factor. And what a powerful way to do it with podcasting, because we have that attention that, I hope it's uninterrupted, but we're always listening to podcasts and probably driving and cleaning the house or whatever, but we're not scrolling, we're not flicking past content. And, the listener is really there dedicated to listening to what you have to say. And personally, I have never bought from a coach that doesn't have a podcast, because I really like to listen to the podcast to get to know them. The way this has come about today is last night I was deep in a meditation with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm actually doing a 30-day challenge to meditate to Dr. Joe Dispenza every day. And it was a meditation all about calling in the future self, but acting as if that future is happening now in the present, right? And after the meditation, I wrote down my future self. I wrote at the top of the notebook, future self. And then I wrote down all the habits that this future version of me does. $100,000 a month, successful, winning entrepreneur version of myself. What are the habits that she does that helps her stay at the top? And one of them was releasing a podcast episode every week. I also wrote some other items down there, and it was more of the habits that I can control rather than the things that this ideal version of myself has. It was more, what are the things I can control? And then, okay, let's actually start implementing these things today. So I made a commitment to myself to record this podcast. Not sure if I'm going to upload it yet, but we'll see how it goes. I am quite nervous, but you've just got to get over those things, don't you? And the way to the top, on your way to the top, you will have these cringe moments and you will feel nervous and scared, and it's scary to be seen, right? So yeah, those are just my reflections, but that's actually not what the podcast is about today. Today, I want to talk to you guys about attracting a highly aligned audience and growing your network of your dream clients, because it really is the first step in having a business, right? You can't have a business if you don't have anyone to sell to. And I think a lot of the time, business owners will work on their offer and their products and their services, and they will launch and start selling, but they'll get no responses because they haven't built up their audience yet. So it's really important to always be focusing on attracting new clientele in. So if you know anything about the marketing funnel, if you follow me, you probably do, because I'm always harping on about it. So imagine the marketing funnel. All right. If you're on YouTube, you can probably watch. At the top of the funnel, this is your attraction phase. So people come from out of your funnel down to your funnel. And at the top, this is like the widest part, right? People come into your attraction phase. And then from there, we have a smaller audience that then go into your nurture phase. So that's what we call your middle of funnel. And then to the end of the funnel is the bottom of the funnel, and that's your conversion phase. So we always want to have ideal clients come through the funnel and go through that purchase cycle so that we keep our business alive, right? So I also thought this was a great topic to discuss today, because attracting ideal clients really infuses both elements that this podcast is about, right? The marketing and the manifestation, the energetics and the logic, the magic and the strategy. So I thought I would go through how I attract my ideal clients. I'm in a real attraction phase at the moment. The type of content I am putting out at the moment is attraction phase. I have just returned from maternity leave and I need to build my audience. I am slightly changing my business, slightly changing my offering, and I want to play at a bigger game. I want to have more people in my world. I want to make more impact. I'm being really conscious about building my audience, the types of messages I'm putting out on my organic content, the type of ads I'm putting out, and the types of collaborations I'm doing. So the first step to building a highly aligned audience full of your ideal clients is getting really clear on who your ideal client is. What motivates them? What are their problems? Why would they buy from you? What is their current state? What are their blocks? What are their other interests? What is she currently struggling with, right? Being general these days won't cut it. And it's so cliche, but you really do need to niche down. I have spoken to clients recently that will go, oh, I have a service-based business, but my clients are product-based businesses. I mainly work with women, but I could work with men too. And they'll just kind of ramble on about all the different people they've worked with. And at this point, I'll say stop. And I'll say, that's fantastic that you have worked with such a wide range of clients. However, when it comes to your message and your social media marketing, you need to focus on one type of client, but she may be at different points of the journey, 1 to 3 ideal clients. This won't necessarily exclude people that don't fit that criteria, right? For me, for example, I work mainly with wellness, spiritual, beauty, feminine brands, right? However, I was approached the other day by a DJ, a male DJ, and absolutely I'd love to work with him, but my content isn't speaking directly to him, because if I was trying to appeal to absolutely everybody, I would appeal to no one. My content would be really scattered. I wouldn't feel like I have clear direction. I would feel really stuck in what I'm talking about in my content if I'm just trying to help everyone and solve everybody's problems. And it doesn't help me become an authority in my space. It doesn't help me get referrals to other clients. It doesn't help me be quick to write captions and write copy and create content, because there's no zone of focus there, right? So getting really, really clear on your ideal client, and you might not know the answer to this exactly if you're so early on in business, and that's okay, because part of the journey of business is discovering who your ideal clients are. So if you are in this early stage and you don't know exactly who you're working with, what I would do is I would sit in meditation and I would ask myself or my guides or my angels, show me who I am here to serve. Then after that, if it's possible for you, what I would do is write down 100 ideal clients you'd like to work with. So for me, this could be like brands or people I've connected with on Instagram. It could be people I've met at networking conferences. Try and write down 100 people. You don't necessarily have to cold DM those people, but just having the idea of those people in your mind for when you are creating content really, really helps. The second part to getting clear on your ideal clients and the energetics around it, I would start visualizing in meditation again, myself helping those ideal clients. So, pick someone from that list of 100. Start imagining yourself working with that person, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's online, whether they're buying your products and they're asking you questions. Start to imagine yourself working with them. Start to imagine what kind of questions they are asking you, really getting in that state of visualization. And this is a bit of a trick for your subconscious brain, because your subconscious brain can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So if you start imagining yourself serving your ideal clients every day, that's going to trick your brain into thinking that you're already an expert in your space. So it's going to help you with the confidence to show up online and the confidence to deal with those clients, because once you actually do start dealing with those clients, you will have this state of remembering, this state of comfort, because you will have already practiced working with these clients. And even if you're a few years into business and you have clients that you work with, do this exercise as well, but do this exercise with new clients, because that will help you call in new clients, right? Where I would go to next is getting quite strategic after this. So there's 3 ways to grow your audience. You can buy your audience, which is through meta ads, which is what I speak about a lot. You can borrow your audience, which is going on podcasts, collaborating with other people in your space to borrow their audience members and bring them into your world. And the third one is to build, right? Using your organic content to build a following of your ideal clients. I think you should do all 3. However, all 3 may not be available to you yet. You may not have the budget to start running ads yet, and that's fair enough. Ads can be quite expensive to run. The downside of borrowing an audience is it's very unpredictable. You may not be able to get on podcasts all the time. You may not be able to speak on stages all the time. So I would encourage you to look at all 3 of these ways of generating ideal clients. But I really invite you to focus on building your audience organically, because without an organic social media presence, the borrowing of audiences and collaborating and your ad strategy, it's going to fall flat. Your foundation is your organic media strategy. In that, you can funnel customers through to your email list, your podcast, your website, to those other channels that will convert them. But your main priority with your marketing should be your organic channels. I personally believe you should be posting every day, Monday to Friday, and I think you should treat it like a job. If you actually want to build that know, like, and trust factor, you've got to treat it like your full-time job. As a business owner, you are a marketer now, and if you are looking to build your audience, this is your job. Because I think a lot of people make this mistake of, if I build it, they will come. It's not the case. I know that when I first started off in business, I was terrified to show up online. Terrified of what my friends from high school would think, terrified of what my family would think. It was so scary with myself out there. I had major imposter syndrome. I didn't want to speak on camera. I didn't want to take photos. I would put carousels up with spelling mistakes, and then I'd be so embarrassed there's a spelling mistake, and I'd take down the whole carousel. Whereas now I'm like, a spelling mistake, who cares? I built that confidence up, but the only way I built this confidence up is by doing it. This is my first podcast episode. I've had to pause it so many times, and I'm going to have to edit it really well before I put this live. If I ever do put this live, it's about getting in the ring and doing the things and showing up. And that is how you're going to attract your ideal clients. It's not about just creating educational content like showing up and making it real. That's like 3 ways to improve your gut health. No, we want to see you as a personal brand. People buy from people. The more comfortable you can get with showing your hobbies online, showing what you're working on, showing what you believe in, people actually want to see that. They find it so interesting, and it makes your audience feel like they're building a connection with you. I'm going to do more podcast episodes about nurturing your audience, converting them, and what kind of content to put in stories, or what kind of content to put on your feed, and what kind of ads to run, and all of that jazz. But we are just focusing on building a highly aligned audience. There is so much more I could say, but I'm going to leave those initial points with you. So just remember, get really, really clear on your ideal client and get excited about how you can serve them. Start thinking about the transformation that ideal client needs, and start thinking about how you can weave that into your content. Start visualizing in meditation yourself serving those clients. What are the questions they ask you? How do you respond? What are they actually looking for? What services are you selling to them? How are you helping them achieve their desired outcomes? Rehearsing that, the mental rehearsal is crucial. And then start to think about the different ways you can grow your audience, whether that's borrowing, buying, or building, and prioritize the building part, the organic content part. Start showing up online if you don't already. And trust me, I've done a reel about this before. It's going to feel cringe. It always feels cringe. The cringe never stops. I'm sorry. I feel so cringe right now. But here we are. We're doing it because I have a message to share. I know I can help people. I want to help people. I quit my full-time job because I felt like I wasn't helping anyone. I felt so empty. I want to help business owners with their marketing because I see so many small business owners out there feeling really scattered. And I know I have a message to share. I know I can help so many people improve their marketing, gain more clients, win, make money, and not have to burn themselves out and have time to spend with their family and their friends and going to the spa and doing things they love. And just thinking about these things lights me up so much, and thinking about my mission lights me up so much that it helps me push through the fear of showing up online and push through the fear of being seen so that I can call in my dream clients. And I really hope you understand that it's not easy for me. So if it's not easy for you and you feel like nothing's working, that is just business, okay? Showing up for me is not easy, but I'm doing it because I know I have something special to share with the world, and I know what I'm capable of. You are so capable of so much more than you are already doing. You are worthy of a massive audience. You are worthy of going viral. You are worthy of having your DMs flooded with new client inquiries. You have something to share with the world. You change lives. You make impact. Do not forget that. Get out there and start attracting your ideal clients. Get in the energy of who you want to become. Start doing those things today. I hope this has inspired you. Please send me a message at Shakira Park _ on Instagram if this has resonated, or if you have any more questions, or if there's any other topics you'd like me to speak on. Until the next time, see you later.